the long-awaited Q&A. So we did like, this is our third so far?
Yeah, it's your third.
Okay. So I asked on Instagram to get some questions about my next, more about my next off season, to have more like a team Q&A. So the first question is by JP Witchy. My question for the video is, through the off season, will carbs be controlled? Could you do low carb days off season and stay keto most of the time? And is that beneficial to a Vaillant off season or anyone in general? I think it's talking if it's good for me or what.
Yeah, and he's asking if carbs will be controlled. As far as carbs in the off season, training days tend to always go the highest with carbs since they're going to be utilized with training. On off days, you can slightly back off of carbs since you're not, burning up as much in the gym. As far as going keto, no, we never really go keto. We always keep carbs in the diet. Throughout the day, it's always pretty steady, meal to meal. Pre and post workout might be the highest carb meals, but other than that, we like to keep them pretty steady.
I don't think I would like that. Because it takes 2 to 3 weeks to get to ketosis, then you start feeling okay.
Yeah, if you decide to go keto, it's a lifestyle. Keto's a lifestyle, so you got to be like willing to.
It's like if you go vegan, for example.
Yeah, you have to be willing to adopt that lifestyle to your diet,
even on your cheat meals, right?
Yeah, and be comfortable with it. I mean, they say once you're in ketosis, once you've been doing it for a long time, you can have a cheat meal and you can be back into ketosis within a couple days.
Really?
Yeah, once you've been doing it for a long time.
Okay.
But I really don't think that diet is very. It's just like a hard lifestyle to follow. I think you know what I mean. I think 99% of people that follow it won't be able to adopt it long term.
No, except Dave Humble.
Yeah, except Dave.
Yeah. Charlie boy.
How we let him out?
Charlie boy. Dorian has 2 dogs, Lexi and Charlie. They're Shih Tzus. And a funny fact about Lexi, she used to live in a nudist camp, right?
Yeah, we saved her.
Yeah, they saved her.
She's a rescue.
Yeah, that's funny. All right. TJ Lindsay is asking, what do you think are your weak points and how do you Okay, the question was okay, how do you plan on improving them? So my weak points is chest, back, arms. It's pretty much the whole upper body, I guess. And even on my legs, my weak point is glute. Because I thought I had a big ass off season, then when it got ripped, it was like a square ass. no more round ass. So what I'm gonna do for all that, I think it's lately what I've been doing is I've been really improving, especially for chest because I can't really press heavy weights because of my elbow. I've been learning how to on the flies was the first time I could actually
isolate with.
Yeah, it was like my mind muscle connection is improving. So I think by improving how I'm doing the movements, I'm gonna improve the muscle because I remember when I was younger I would do the whole stack on pull downs when I was 20 easy, but it would be all arms and shoulders. That's stupid. But now I can do the whole stack and feel the lats. Or I can do less weight and feel the lats even more. So I think it's just a matter of going to find exercises that are really good.
And build that mind-muscle connection.
Yeah, build the mind-muscle connection and then eventually do a really good progressive overload. So from week to week, we choose 2 or 3 exercises per body part. And we make sure that we reach failure a little bit further away each time. For example, if I reach failure with 10 reps with the whole stack, I'm gonna try to get 11 reps, or I'll do a drop or something. I just push the envelope every week. So, and I think a higher frequency works sometimes, but if you're doing the movement wrong, higher frequency won't fix your weak body part. So if you're doing shitty pull downs 3 times a week to improve your back, you'll have 3 times a week shoulders and arms that are gonna get bigger, but not your back. So I think also just over time, or if I do a year of just being focused and disciplined,
it's consistency.
Yeah, it's gonna improve. It's not gonna happen overnight.
Yeah.
So that was for that. Donnelly97 is asking, what's your opinion on BCAAs and when are they best utilized?
For branched chains, I recommended you find a fermented source. They'd be the highest quality of BCAAs. That way you know where they're coming from. And branched chains are essential amino acids. I would say, like, if you had to take them one time, I would say intra-workout would be a really good time to drink your BCAAs or essential amino acids. And again, post-workout, another great window. You can mix that with like cyclic dextrin or carbolin, and immediately post-workout you could have BCAAs with essential amino acids and even like some glutamine, and that would really help with recovery.
A lot of people say glutamine gets destroyed by the gut. Is it true? Because I've been using that forever.
Yeah, I love glutamine. I don't know, I find it really helps with recovery, and I know I always include it.
I heard it's good for the gut, and I heard it's the second most abundant amino acid in the body.
It is.
Yeah. So
it's one of the staples I started with.
Exactly, same thing. And look at us. I mean, that's all the glutamine. And what's fermented BCAA? Like, what's the difference?
It's like a vegetable source.
A vegetable source?
Yeah, it's just the source of the amino acid. Because you can get pretty disgusting, but you can get amino acids from like bird feathers.
Oh, really?
From like human nails. So some pretty nasty sources.
Human nails?
Yeah, from like nails.
Where do you get those?
I don't know.
They have people in line just cutting their nails?
Clipping nails. But yeah, you can get amino acids from some pretty nasty sources. Even like hair, I think.
Oh, really?
So I would make sure you're getting a fermented source.
Fermented comes from vegetable.
Yeah, like in all of our products that we're going to be coming out with, everything's fermented amino acids. Just to know what you're getting.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Hamed Firas 0 is asking, what body fat percentage should you be for optimal muscle building during the off season?
I would say around 10%, but it's hard to say because I feel like everyone distributes body fat differently, and you might have one guy and you look at him and he's got like, genetically he doesn't carry a lot of fat maybe in his abdomen and he looks leaner, but he has like 10 pounds of fat in his ass. So I think everyone, sort of distributes fat differently, but yeah, I would say around 10, 11% is probably optimal, but I don't think it hurts to go a little bit above that. Around there.
Yeah.
Just as long as you're in decent shape and you take your shirt off and you're not sloppy and look like, a mess.
Yeah. I was in a sauna today at the gym, and I saw an old guy. He had ripped glutes, but it's big guts. Big love handles. Love handles were further away from the hips. He had small hips.
There's some guys.
And he had like striation in his glutes. He was like an old man. I was like, what's? I was like, what?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't understand why. It's so strange, huh?
Yeah.
What makes the distribution different? Genetics?
I know, like there is like certain things hormonally. I know, like if you have like high cortisol levels, you tend to store body fat like in your abdominal area more. So I think hormonally too, as you go older, there could probably be certain areas of your body that you distribute body fat more. Just like women, if they have higher estrogen, it's usually
the legs,
the hips, the legs. So it's probably just more hormonally.
Yeah. Okay, the real M. Fuller is asking, what's the next competition you're going to do? And are you hoping to get on the Olympia stage? My goal next year is to qualify for the Olympia. And to do that, I would need to win a pro show. And I would really like to win Toronto because, it was a nice contest. When I came back at that contest, the crowd was amazing. And but just before that, there's New York. So maybe we'll do like a big run, and I'll prepare myself mentally during the whole winter.
Yeah.
I'll just do one every 2 weeks until I win or something.
Yeah.
I'll do all of them.
Lots of good opportunities around that time.
Yeah. So the next contest is the New York Pro the first of the season, or except the favorite? No, it's like right after the Olympia, except those ones.
I think there might have been one before the New York. No, there was the one that Ian did. Remember before? Oh,
Indy. There was two of them back to back.
Yeah.
But they were kind of like far away from.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think it will be more around the New York Pro, Toronto. Depends if the dates are different. I don't know if they're always back to back like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure when the list comes out. But as soon as it does, send me a direct message and send me the link. I'll check it out. Okay. Lay Nime, Dirk is asking, Antoine, just wanted to say, congrats on your comeback and how awesome it is to watch you to do so well after going through something somewhat like I've been through before. What do you think is the best way to gain mass, stay in high volume, high rep range for mass gain even in the off season, or to mix it up with some high weight, low volume weight training also? Personally, for me, when I get questions like that, it's like I always tell the people, because they're asking like, how many reps, how many this, how many that. I'm like, just try everything and see what works the best for you.
Yeah.
Because I've tried everything and I still do everything. I have workouts where I'm gonna do reps of 5 on deadlifts. And then I'm going to do like reps of 30 on legs.
I always feel like for guys that are maybe beginners or just starting out, or it's always best to master the basics first, you know. Like today, like with Instagram and stuff, we see a lot of like crazy, you know, technical exercises that we want to try and they look cool. It's good for variety, but like if you haven't mastered the basics yet and got strong and built a foundation, like I think you cannot beat the basics. You know, keep it simple and get really good at them.
Yeah. And then
like you build your physique on deadlifts, bench presses, squats.
Yeah,
like,
free weight stuff.
Yeah, the basics.
Yeah. Yeah, because the gym in Granby, Nitro Gym, it was a knockoff of Atlantis. It's a guy who made Atlantis in his garage. Knockoff. It's called Discovery Machines.
That's funny.
I think they're pretty good now, but at first they were like exactly like Atlantis, just like a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
They were great though. I used to put that plate on the stack, and then you could put. It was crazy machines, but it didn't break some reason. It was basic stuff. Multi-station, seated row, pull down. I don't think we had like a chest press, so I'm not sure. We had one squat rack, leg extension, leg curl. So it was like just basic stuff.
Yeah, you can't beat the basics.
No, I mean if you're gonna do legs, if you want to have a really hard workout, do squats, leg press, walking lunges, stiff leg deadlifts. The 2 leg curls, like standing and lying, whatever. And then just do like super heavyweight, high reps on everything. Yeah, I remember like I was doing lunges because Ronnie Coleman was doing them in the parking lot. I would put a plate aside, it was 135 or a plate and a half, and I would just go across the parking lot. One time I put 70 pounds and I did around the building. It was 7 minutes of lunges nonstop. I mean, you don't need crazy machines and your legs are gonna grow with that. Yeah. Should go back to doing that actually.
Yeah.
Maybe my ass will get bigger if I do
Basics are great, especially if you're doing like progressive overload style of training.
Yeah. So he's asking low volume. But low volume is good sometimes with the high intensity. I really like it for that.
Yeah.
But sometimes I like high volume also. I don't know. I guess I do everything. Okay. NJ UFC fan is asking, after a contest, I was pretty good with not binging, but I've gained a lot of fat weight simply from slowly ramping up calories. Should I do a mini cut to get body fat levels back down or keep bulking? I'm 15% body fat, but would prefer to stay around 10. Well, how much cheat meals are you eating? Right?
Yeah, there's so many variables with that question. We don't know how many cheat meals you have, how much you spilled over hormonally, like if you're coming off supplements. There's just so many variables. A lot of times people take diuretics post-show, cut water, cut sodium, and their body super compensates, and they end up retaining like 15, 20 pounds of water, and that takes like a few weeks to subside, because on top of that, they're eating higher calories, they're eating tons of cheap food. So there's so many variables. The best thing to do post-show would be to try and keep your daily, your lifestyle very similar to it was the last 12 weeks, but just slowly increase the calories, still incorporate a little bit of cardio, just sort of transition out of dieting, because when you go from like being so extreme to like 180 to like jacking your calories, no cardio, it's such a big shock to the body, that it can create some chaos.
He's saying here you slowly ramp them up, but
what's slow to you or your eye might not be slow to someone else.
Yeah, I think I'm going slow, but I'm like blowing up.
Slow might be like he's having who knows?
Yeah,
what's slow?
Know.
I have to see.
But if you don't like being 15%, just reduce some calories, and a good way to do that is reducing the fats. I think because you got to keep the carbs for the workouts because you got to use them for the workouts.
On your off days when you're not training, lower the carbs. Like, you know, maybe cut them in half.
Yeah, that's some cardio.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do like a low carb freaking diet there. Just you know.
But yeah, really important post show to sort of prime your body for a really good post show rebound or off season or whatever phase you're going into.
Yeah.
You know, it's very beneficial if you can have the control. And you can be disciplined, you can make drastic changes in those 4 to 6 weeks. After
you see Juan, what he did?
No.
He went from like 257 to 280 something, and he looks the same body fat.
Really?
Yeah, he added 30 pounds.
Wow.
Since Toronto.
It's crazy. I mean, you put on a lot. You were 247 to 280.
Yeah, but it's like I'm drinking a bunch of water right now.
Yeah, but even if there's, say, 10 pounds of water, I mean, that's still 57. That's still 30 pounds.
I probably did 10 pounds of fat, maybe.
Still pretty lean.
Like 10 pounds of fat, 10 pounds of water, so I could eat maybe 20 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but there's water in the muscle also. That's people don't understand, right? Yeah. Anyway, so good luck with that.
Yeah, the more muscle you have, the more water your body retains. When you look at a guy like say Ramy, for example, everyone's like doesn't understand how he looks lean at 330 or whatever pounds, and he gets down to, I don't know, 280 or something. But that guy retains like 3-4 times more water than someone who's 250 in the off season.
Imagine a guy's rebound.
I know.
Oh my god, be careful.
Yeah.
Okay. Heath Connor Thompson is asking, how long does it take to go from a contest prep diet to a point where you're in a good place to build muscle? Asking for a Q&A. Love the YouTube.
Right away.
Huh?
Right away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I take a day or two off to rest, recover from the weekend, the show, and I would get right back on a plan. I would knock down the training volume. If you were training 6 times a week pre-contest, I'd maybe go to like a 4 or 5 day a week split, or even with clients, I even like to do a 2 on, 1 off, because that way it's giving you a lot of time to recover from the workouts and put all that food to good use. So just slightly back off the training frequency post-show because you just went through a lot of contest prep. Try and get some more sleep, and I think it's a perfect time to make some drastic changes.
Yeah, because if you wait and you just start having a normal person's life, you're gonna lose you're gonna look look bad. I think for me personally, if I gave myself just 2 weeks of like just fucking around, I would look horrible right now.
That's an amazing window, amazing opportunity to put on muscle. And like if you were a competitor that was using like performance enhancing drugs during your prep, you could literally come off them post show or just cruise and make way better progress or gains than having a full-blown off-season 6-7 months later. So it's your body's in a very very good spot.
It's like a sponge.
Yeah, it's a very, very good spot to put on.
You know what Dorian said? He got asked in an interview, so when are you starting your preparation for the next Olympia, the next year? He said next week. So then he was a champion, so that tells you something. Okay. AJWIT is asking, mass protocol Q&A. Does your training change much during off-season versus prep other than cardio? I actually have still cardio right now. I do cardio 5 times a week, 25 minutes every day, usually in the morning fasted. And my training doesn't really change
Your
that
training
much.
sort of cycles. It cycles all year. All year it sort of changes in cycles. Whether you're doing a high volume, low volume, progressive overload, it's always just sort of cycling to the same.
For my prep, I did a gamma bomb, and then for like 3-4 weeks, I did the gauntlet with higher frequency. But then I was like, it didn't work for me because I had to really push myself past failure every workout to feel good in my head. And that approach would probably work a lot right now, actually. Yeah. When I think about it, because I the body is like a sponge.
Yeah. You sometimes have to adjust your training to how you're feeling. Like me, for example, I love like progressive overload and doing the basics. But if I'm getting over 2-3 weeks, if I'm getting stronger and stronger on a particular lift, like say bench press, if I do it too many weeks in a row, like one of my injuries, my tricep tendon, it really tends to take a beating. So then I got to back off and go to a different style of training. Like even you on certain things, like for example, when your lower back was getting all pumped up, you can't take that deadlift to,
No, I'm racking plates and I'm getting better pumps.
So you got to improvise.
Yeah. I did a bunch of pull downs today. It was good. All right, and Val Caesar Alexander is asking, hey man, about your off-season diet at the moment. Do you cycle carbs and fats with high protein, or just high carbs, low fat with one cheat meal per week? What about tracking calories? I don't track calories right now. We're just doing portions, right?
Yeah.
And but I could just use the FitLog app and just put everything there like I do for my clients, and I would know the macros and the calories, but I don't really do it because I just, I know what this does to my body, so I just follow it.
And protein, we always keep around 6 ounces. I think protein is one of the things that people can really overdo. I think you can probably even get away with 5 ounce portions of chicken breast, especially in the off season when you have so many more calories coming from your carbohydrates and your fats. Pre-contest, when your carbs and your fats are, drastically reduced, then I think you can get away with eating a little more protein. But yeah, I think
the highest I went,
8.
I think it was the salmon meal, 250.
Yeah,
that's it. Even my chicken was the highest, was 200 gram.
Yeah.
Then if you divide by 28 grams, this is ounces.
Yeah.
So whatever. But yeah, and a cheat meal right now for off season. I did the cheat last Sunday, but I think I'm gonna keep it to once a week, because that week I did two cheat meals. I was bloated all week.
I think it depends on the person too. Like me and Antoine, we have pretty crazy appetites, and we probably get a little carried away when we have a cheat meal.
Yeah.
So there's 2 ways of looking at it. I think it's really good and optimal if you can have a cheat meal midweek and just have a cheat meal. Like you just go out and have a burger and fries and that's it, and shut her down. And then you can do that again on the weekend or on a Sunday. But, if you're the type of person that a burger and fries turns into, massive bowl of ice cream afterwards, and it turns into a bowl of cereal, and it turns into candies, then I would limit it to once a week.
Yeah. Because, last Sunday was barbecue for Canada Day, and all evening we pretty much cheated and stuff. And I'm I was 282 the next morning, and so I was 274 to 282. So that's 8 pounds. And then during the same day, I was 287. And then I was 285 this morning, and my legs are swollen. So for me, I cannot really let myself go, and it kind of sucks because I wish I could. There's some people who just have a higher metabolism.
Yeah, or they don't eat as much real food throughout the day. You are eating 7 solid meals daily.
True.
So, sometimes people see, how does this person get away with eating a burger every day, or they go to Five Guys, or they go here. But when you look at that person's daily diet, they're only eating 2 meals a day, and then they have a third meal that's a junk meal.
Yeah.
Well, their overall calories are still low.
Yeah, and have a good metabolism, like Callum.
Yeah,
Callum can get away with it, but Callum's never going to be 300 pounds either.
No, he'll eat a couple meals, and then he'll have his hot dogs or
pizza. Antoine, salute from Macedonia. My question for you and Dorian is, what's your take on keto diet? I'm gonna answer that already.
Yeah, the keto dieting, I guess if it fits your lifestyle and you enjoy it, I think it's can be good. Personally, I wouldn't use it. Have I tried it? Yes.
You tried it?
Yeah, I tried it.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't really, didn't feel, it wasn't for me.
Okay.
And a lot of people that do try it, I find, and this is probably just from, super compensation, but I find they've started it, they last 5-6 weeks, then they go back to a carbohydrate diet. And then they put on the weight that they lost. They put it on plus another 10.
You're talking about my friend here.
Yeah, you put it all back on and another 10.
Yeah.
So it's
that's funny.
Yeah.
So it depends. You can try it out. Maybe it's
if it's your lifestyle, you can stick to it.
But I feel it's I don't see the point. Why would I do that right now? What was working, right?
I know.
Yeah. So why would you do that? Ask yourself.
Yeah.
Silverback Jim Soldier is asking, hey champ, I know I'm late and you might not see this one. I did see it. But if you do and still have space, my question is, are you going to do carb cycling during off season? So far, not really. We didn't do it so far.
No, we just try and ramp up carbs as much as we can while staying lean on training days, and we just slightly back off, like we were saying, on off days.
But I don't back off. I eat the same thing.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't have a cereal. I don't have a cereal.
Your cereal, and you don't. We're not doing
no,
carbs.
we don't.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah, we're not doing any pre or post carbs right now because Antoine's appetite's so high that he'd rather get his calories from real food.
Yeah. But so when I don't train, I don't have my cereal. So I guess I do a little bit of carb rotation.
It's reduced.
But I think it's a good thing. The days you're not as active, you don't need those sugars and those carbs, So I think we'll do more of it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you kind of gotta go by your,
Okay, this guy wants to keep the question anonymous. Antoine, I'm new to taking gear, and I've crashed my estro twice. I've learned my lesson on AI, artificial intelligence. What is that?
No, AI is aromatase inhibitors
My question is, how can I get it back up to normal levels ASAP?
So if you've crashed your estrogen, so basically I think what you're saying is that your estrogen is so low because you've taken too much, either Arimidex or letrozole or whatever. It's as simple as stop taking so much. One thing I think people need to realize with taking testosterone is the more you take, the more anti-estrogens you have to take. So I find it more beneficial because anti-estrogens are also very bad for our cholesterol, especially things like Arimidex and letrozole. So I think it's always better to take less dose of testosterone so you don't have to combat it with tons of anti-estrogens. So you kind of got to find your happy place there, and that can be done through blood work. You just go get your estrogen checked and see where your estradiol's at, and it can kind of let you know if you're in normal range. And that can fluctuate depending on how much testosterone you're using. But to answer your question, I would start cutting it way back. And I don't know how much you were taking. You didn't specify, so it's hard for me to give you a direct answer. And I don't know how much testosterone you're taking. So I would make some adjustments, go get blood work, see where it's at, go from there.
Yeah, I think you should get blood work. It says he's new to taking gear, and he's crashed estro twice. I never heard of that.
Yeah.
So it's you should do maybe you're just
And who gave you that?
Why do you say it's crashed? Did you do blood work, or you're just feeling tired? Maybe there's other factors here.
Yeah.
Anyway, good luck with that. Go see your doctor. We do not condone taking stuff if you're not aware of everything and you're not surrounded by knowledgeable people and doctors. There's risk to everything. And that's the last question.
Oh, I thought I had a couple people send me things, but
Huh?
I think I might have had a couple people send me questions.
No, that's it for the Q&A. We can't find the other question, but it's okay. It gives you an opportunity to ask more questions. Yeah, because we're on YouTube right now, you can actually ask the questions in the comment section below. So comment below the questions, and it can be about my off season, reverse dieting, anything, and we'll answer it. And while you're at it, while you're doing stuff in that section there, click the bell to get the notifications. Click the subscribe button if you didn't already, and the thumbs up while you're at it too. So thanks for listening. There's going to be more of that. The HD Massthetics protocol is on.
Full effect.
Full effect.